What up guys, welcome back to Liberia, to the world. Of course, this is an exciting episode. You guys all know we have reached 5,000 subscribers. Now this came up pretty quickly, right? Because we were almost at 5K and I was planning on making this video before I could get to it. Now we've surpassed 5K, going up there pretty well, going towards 5,100 subscribers. I do want to say thank you guys so much. We very much appreciate it. To all of you guys who have subscribed, you guys are the true soldiers making this channel possible, making this channel to grow. It's an amazing feeling. Like I've mentioned before, shooting these videos and getting this content is a lot, guys. I stay up all night trying to put these videos together. The videos you watch on YouTube look so easy to do. However, though, it takes hours after I do my regular work. I run my business and I spend all night putting together these videos and showing it to you guys. Spend a lot of money traveling to get the content for you guys and everything. So I 100%, 1000% appreciate all of you guys who subscribe to the channel. And a lot of you also watch the channel every time. Please just hit that subscribe button. Let's bump up this subscriber count. Let's make the channel a little more relevant. YouTube prioritize certain things, and of course, subscriber is amongst those things where YouTube will prioritize the channel and show the videos to a lot more people and recommend the videos to people who are searching the internet and stuff like that. So thank you. We have reached 5,000 guys. The whole family, it's all of you guys, all of us. We've hit 5,000 now. 5,000 is nothing compared to other channels, but we're not comparing ourselves to other people. We're really just grateful. You, the family, you guys, myself, Joel, we're very just grateful for bringing us this far. We have a lot more to go, a lot more subscribers, a lot more people to reach, a lot more content coming up. So I want to say thank you. Thank you. Let's get it, man. Let's hit it. Let's go up there. Now, for this video, of course, we're doing a giveaway. So all you need to do for this video is just like the video and comment below. And just comment below, just say subscribe. If you want to say anything else, you can. Just comment below, like the video first, and then comment below saying subscribed. And in that way, right away, you'll be entering into the drawing where we're doing picking three winners to have 3 prizes. The first one you get, the first winner you get to pick, between a $100 gift card. Now, if you don't need the money, that's fine. You can donate it to a charity. You can help somebody else with it. Because I know we Liberian people. We don't want to be like, oh, you're doing all of this for a $100 business. Oh, you broke. No. It's not about that. It's just supporting the channel. If you don't need $100, you can give it to somebody who needs it. It'll be very much well appreciated. So if that's the case, do so. But just to participate, like the video and just say the word subscribe. And you can also say other things as well, because I'm also going to be answering your questions that you posted on YouTube. You guys remember I posted a question on YouTube a few weeks back, and you guys asked those questions. So we're gonna jump right into that also, and let's get it. But I just want to say thank you, all of you subscribers, our notification gang, our first commenters, all of you guys out there. We said thank you, man. It's an amazing feeling. I want to appreciate you. And if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, it's easy. Just click that thing. Just click it. Boom. It won't cost you no money. It won't do nothing to your life. You just hit subscribe and you get to enjoy more content and you won't miss out. All right. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the comments. Let's get into the question you guys asked me a few weeks back, about a week or so, when I posted that picture asking you guys to do the Q&A. So I'm going to read those. I'm going to give shout out to all those people who commented, who asked us questions, and also answer those. So let's get right into it, man. Let's get it. All right. So I'm going to read this out. The first one here is from Yema Neil. Yema. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. So it's Yema, Y-E-M-A. So Yema Neil said, what is the #1 project you feel Liberia needs to work on in order to attract visitors and Liberians living abroad? This is a great question. I've spoke about it a few times in other videos, but I think the #1 thing to attract people from Liberians living abroad and visitors basically is improving the tourism sectors and roads. I just made a video about this, like the previous video a few days ago, and that's it. When people come from outside of the country, when Liberians return from outside of the country, the number one frustrating things is maneuvering around the country, is commuting around the country, is the traffic, the bad roads, and how it takes you forever. You know, when you come back home to live in Europe and America and Asia and stuff like that, you're used to getting places pretty fast. You're used to getting up and going somewhere like within an hour and getting everything done, no matter where you're going, you know. And when you go to Liberia, it's the opposite. It'll take you it'll take you a whole day to do one task, and that's very draining, very frustrating. And the roads going to all your tourist attractions. There are so many places you want to go, like visitors who want to go and see, but maybe they can't do it because of the length of time they're staying in the country and how hard it is going to be to get to those places. To get to that place, I mean, those places. So I think that's the number one thing that needs to be worked on, the tourism sector, and really just improving all these landmarks, all these places that will attract people, but also really just bettering the roads everywhere so people can get around. So that's that, man. Thank you for that question. Emily is from Emily, right? Emily said, thank you all for all the great job you and your team have been doing in regards to promoting Sweet Little Liberty. Thank you so much. That's not a question, just a comment, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it, Emily. This one goes to Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee said, what is your current project you're working on in Liberia? Currently, our project we're working on is housing. You all know housing is kind of the number one thing right now, amongst other things like trucking and stuff like that. As far as business sector, that's what we're working on personally, so that when we go back, we have a place that we can just go to instead of, and stay. Makes things a lot easier if you can just have a place you can live at, where you just pick up your bags and you go to Liberia at any time and you have somewhere to stay. That's what we're working on. We're also working on investment properties back there as well as helping promote that's the project now, as far as helping promote other bigger businesses that I think are going to be a changing factor in the country economy and moving forward as well. So those are the few things we're working on. Thank you so much for that question. Let's get it here. Next question here is from Sonu. Is that a Liberian name, or is it like a American name? Sonu. Dang, I hope I'm pronouncing you guys' name right, man. Sonu. All right. Sonu said, what is it that you like most about Liberia? Number one, what city has the most to offer? Nightlife, affordable housing, restaurants, and stuff like that. What I like most about Liberia, of course, is pretty common amongst all of us, is home, right? What I like the most about Liberia is the feeling of being home, the feeling of belonging, the feeling of just, being around your people, speaking the same language, your friends and family, and the beautiful weather as well, and just how things are as far as just the food, just that comfort, right? Eating something that you're born, you're used to eating, all this comfort food that you haven't tried in a while, the fresh fruits and all of that stuff, and the places and the nightlife and everything. That's what I love the most about Liberia. It's just really that feeling of being home. You can't beat that. You can't replicate that. You can't get that anywhere. You can go somewhere like it's really luxurious and Dubai, all these places is great, but that's not home, right? So as soon as you get back to Liberia, you have that feeling of being home, and you can't beat that. You can't replicate that. You can't get that anywhere else, no matter where you go. So that's why so many people in the greater United States, people like us who just always want to go back home to get that feeling. It's just a feeling that you keep running after. You can't really get enough until you move there, and maybe after 10 years, then you want to leave or something like that. But that's what it is. I like. And you also asked, let's see, what city has the most to offer? The city that has the most to offer is obviously around Cinca area, Duporo area. That's as far as in Monrovia. Other cities in Grand Bassa, in Nimba, in Ganta, all of those places have a lot to offer as far as nightlife. It's always jumping, but you can't really match what's going on in Monrovia, in Cinca area. That's where all the clubs are, all the big ones, the nightlifes and everything, where people are out there 7 days a week. No matter what day of the week you hit the city, you're gonna have people out there. You're gonna have people in the streets. You're gonna have people at the parties. You're gonna have people at the restaurants and stuff like that. Those are the places where all the great restaurants are, and they have great, amazing food that either local or international. Everything is there as well. It's pretty taxi though. You're gonna pay a hefty amount, relatively, for those kind of foods. So, but that's what it is over there. Next person here. So Emily did ask a question here. Say how affordable isn't living currently? How affordable it is living currently in Liberia? That's the first part of the question. It depends, right? It depends on what you're going for. If you're going merely to integrate into your roots, merely living with family, friends, and really just doing, the indigenous things in the country, it's affordable, right? Relatively. But for most people who go back, they want to get a little bit more of that comfort that they're used to. I would say it's quite expensive to live or visit Liberia. Renting a home or eating food that are maybe you're used to, like American or Asian, whatever it is, that's going to cost you quite an amount of money. Even more, it's going to cost you more there than it is in where you live in America, Asia, Europe, and stuff like that. So it's affordable in a way that if you go and blend in and you're living in your little house in the community, you're eating your food, going to the market and stuff like that. Even going to the market is like expensive nowadays. But going and buying your own food and cooking your own stuff, and maybe go with generators sometimes, you're okay with not having lights and stuff. So it really depends on the level at which you want to live. But I would say for the average person, a repat or whoever it is coming back into the country, it is quite expensive to live in Liberia right now. Because it's like the lack of competition, right? When there's less of something, it becomes more expensive. So the more, and you all know, people are building guest houses, people are building businesses back home and stuff like that. The more those things go, the cheaper things will get. So until then, right now, living in Liberia is a little bit more expensive. The second part of Emily's question is, how is tourism industry in the country? Tourism right now is not that much, and that's of course our goal. That's what we're aiming to do. We're hoping to boost tourism. We're hoping that these videos get into the right hand of somebody who can push this, who can really focus on tourism. I think it's a huge area of opportunity for Liberia, considering how the country is, beautiful weather, nice beaches and stuff. I don't think tourism is being paid attention to at all. We don't really see anything. It's just us, individual people, you and myself, who will go to Liberia and try to promote things. But the country doesn't really have anything set up, like a real movement set up to draw people in the country. So tourism right now is really lacking. Hopefully that can change. Hopefully we can contribute to making that difference. But right now, I would say it's really lacking. So let's see here. And the last question for Emily, she said, how is the current status in the country right now regarding COVID-19? Of course, we left a few months ago, but whilst we were there, it was getting pretty bad. The COVID-19 situation, there aren't enough testing sites. There aren't enough tests going around. Of course, like I said, I did read an article and I got some information that it is being improved. More locations are being set out. Hopefully those locations will be all the way in different communities, all the way down in the community, down in the communities, right? Because like I said, back to my first point, getting around is quite difficult. So if you have all the testing sites in the city center, people all the way living in this place is going to take all day to get there, and then getting back home, it really discourages people from going to test, knowing that they have to take an entire day just to do the testing, right? So that's the current situation right now. That's as of a few months ago. I don't know right now as of today what it is, since I'm no longer in Liberia. Let's see here. Cornell said, what's the best time of the year to travel to Liberia? Great question. Of course, we've experienced different times, right? So it really depends. If you are somebody who are like, you know what, I don't mind the hustle and bustle. I want to be in the middle of everything. I want to be when everything is popping. I want to be amongst like all the events and festivities. December. Well, December is the best time, but December is going to cost you a lot of money. December is going to cost you way more money, like from everything, from plane ticket to housing to food to everything, because everybody's traveling. So there is not a lot of things to support those people, right? So it's going to be more expensive. I mentioned earlier, the less things are, the more expensive it is, right? So the few housing, the few transportation, the few things that they have for all this influx of people coming in, those prices are going to go all the way up. Because, well, if you don't want it, the next person's going to take it, right? Because there's not a lot of options. So December, though, you have the most fun. I mean, the city is up and running day and night, 7 days a week. It's amazing there. However, though, it's going to cost you the most money because everybody's over there. So that's what it is. If you're going, you don't mind, just going out on the weekend and spending family time and doing your business and stuff like that. Currently, I would say the best time is May because not a lot of people are there at that time. Number one. Number two, even tickets and stuff like that. So it's cheap. We found a ticket for like $700-800, let's say $800 to $900, right? As compared to in December, you will probably get a ticket between $1,300 to $1,700. So that's number one. And all these houses in Liberia are full, so you're gonna pay a premium to get an opening. In May, though, not a lot of people. All these empty rooms, the people are willing to negotiate with you. Tickets are cheap. Getting around is a little bit less of a hassle since not too many people is in the country. So you get to make a decision. Either December or May. Those are the two recommended times I'll give to you. This question is from Sia, Deborah or Deborah, right? People say Deborah. Deborah, Sia, Deborah. Quite lengthy question here, but let's get at it. With your videography, photography business, when doing business in Liberia, do you find yourself having to reduce your price so that it's affordable for them, or do your prices remain the same? Also, others looking to do business in Liberia, what should they consider before pricing their goods and services? Great question as well. Two parts. Well, it's obvious unless you want to move to Liberia. Yeah. So the same way, even in the United States, if you're, let's say weddings, we do a lot of weddings. If you're getting married on a Friday as compared to a Saturday, your Friday, you're gonna pay half the amount for anything, for services, venues and stuff like that, as compared to what you pay on Saturday. So same for us, when we're doing weddings in Liberia, it's less expensive. When we're doing that, we don't charge full price. So there are two things, right? It depends. When we're going to Liberia, we frequent Liberia quite often, as you guys know. If we're already going to be in Liberia and you request our services, we charge a little less. If we're in the US and not planning on moving to Liberia, and maybe you live in Liberia or you live outside of Liberia and you want to have our service there in Liberia, you pay almost the same as what we charge here because we have to buy tickets and flights and stuff like that to go there. So it really depends. And our prices here are pretty stable, is what it is. But when it comes to traveling outside the country, it varies, right? So we don't have an exact price sheet for that. But to straightforward answer your question, yes, we do reduce our prices if we're in Liberia already and doing the services, because you have to price according to the market, right? So we are still the premium whilst we're in Liberia, but most people for the services that we offer are paying no more than $500 to $600 for that. Whilst here in the US, our packages are $3,500. So when we go to Liberia, we probably don't charge more than $1,000, which is still more than what people are paying there, but it's still a premium. So yes, we do change those prices. The second part of your question here is also advice for people doing business in Liberia. I would say just be open-minded. Do not adopt to the Liberian way of doing things where it's like, oh, well, that's how it is in Liberia. If you do not adopt, if you bring superior customer service, you bring customer relations, superior product, and also invest your time and money. Just go all in. It's probably going to take you a year or two of reinvesting, but if you do that, your facility, your services, your business is going to set itself apart from other places, and that will attract locals, that will attract people from abroad, because they won't have that level of service or product that they're used to, right? So that's the advice I'll give you. When you go to Liberia to do your business, just always try to bring premium service and product, and reinvest, and do not just settle for the Liberian way of doing things, where which it is now, where you like the services and the product and just how things are ran is not up to par. Well, you probably just attract the locals, but if you want to expand to locals and people from outside, you have to avoid that Liberian way. There it is, guys. Great questions. Appreciate you guys for asking these questions. We are going to do these twice a month, where I'm going to have you guys ask these questions that I can answer directly. I do love answering these questions and get to interact with you guys personally by giving you a shout out on the channel. But that's what it is, guys. So thank you so much for these questions. Thank you for all our subscribers. 5K. We're heading for 10K next. Hopefully that video will be soon for us announcing the 10K subscribers. But once again, like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please join the family. Liberia to the world. Let's get it. Let's improve Liberia. Let's bring awareness to things that needs to be fixed, and let's all join hands together and raise up Mama Liberia, man. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.